So Crystal Dynamics is making an Avengers game, if you somehow didn't know, and it had a beta recently, if you somehow didn't know. Running for 3 different weekends, we had the 7th to the 9th, the 14th to the 16th, and upcoming the 21st to the 23rd, and that one will be on all platforms, the previous two just on PlayStation 4. So if you haven't already checked it out, you get the opportunity to this weekend, but I would advise doing anything else with your time. Now, my expectations for this game were not very high. From the minute it was announced, I'm already not a huge fan of co-op and multiplayer. I don't play a lot of online stuff, and when I do, it's mostly Halo. Co-op isn't my sort of thing. I'd much rather a single-player experience. Spider-Man was definitely something I love. I love the Arkham games, but this is something that originally I knew wasn't going to be something I was super keen on. But if it was done well, I'm sure me and the other pillars, Tyler, Ethan, George, could hop on and have some fun in this Avengers game. But the more we saw, the more the cracks began to show. The more this game looked like it was not going to be even close to something that anybody in their right mind could enjoy. And this beta pretty much confirms that. Now, let's talk about what a beta is real quick, because I've seen a lot of people going against any criticism they see with the argument, well, it's just a beta. That's it. That's the whole argument. There's nothing else. That's the whole argument they're making. Now, a beta is not pre-alpha footage. It's not a tech test. It's not something that we can't criticize. Look at any beta in recent years. Look at the betas that came out for Halo for the past fucking decade. Look at the betas that have come out for Call of Duty, any multiplayer game. A multiplayer beta that comes out for you to test a month before the game launches is there to stress test servers. It's there to test connectivity. It's there to see what the latency is like. It's there to test whether people can play together in an online space without major issues. That's what a beta is for. That's why they do several weekends, because then they can tweak things, put out a different beta, tweak things, put out a different beta, tweak things, put out the full open beta at the end, and that's the final weekend, and usually they extend it for a bit as well to allow people to play for a little bit longer. The beta for a game is always very representative of the final product, especially a multiplayer beta. I'm not just talking a beta build of any game in general, I'm talking specifically multiplayer betas that are put out into the wild for the public to play. They're very representative of the final product, and that is always the case 100% of the time. This is no different from that. This is not a pre-alpha, this is not a tech test, this is not a game that will change drastically when the final release rolls around. This is the game we're going to be playing, just with more content in. Obviously, they'll tighten some things up, they'll polish some things here and there, but that'll mostly be on the multiplayer side, on the server side of things. It won't be in terms of polish, it won't be in terms of the writing of the story, it won't be in terms of how balancing works, and it won't be in terms of the battle pass. We'll get into all of the issues that I have with it, but I just wanted to say that beforehand, is that just because it's a beta, that doesn't shoot down any criticism. That makes no sense. And even if there were to be major changes, which I don't know why you can just suddenly assume that and believe that it's free of criticism, criticism is important regardless. There's a lot of things that should be changed from a beta to full release in any other game, and that's no different here either. So I don't really understand the argument of, oh, it's a beta, so don't say anything bad about it. Yeah. Let's move on. Now, hopping into this for the first time, I noticed a few things upon getting on the main menu. Just little things. These things aren't hugely a big deal, but I thought I'd mention them as well, because I think it tells a story of a larger issue with this game, and that's, for one, the UI is super blurry, and I don't know why, because the actual game itself is, like, crisp as it should be. I mean, visuals are another thing, but the actual resolution is, like, crisp of the game, so I don't know why the UI looks really blurry. Maybe it's a beta thing, I don't know, it's weird. That's a weird one. I just thought I'd point that out, just as an odd thing I noticed. As well, you'll notice as well, the game likes to freeze a lot. It did this for me the first time within like 2 minutes of booting it up on the fucking main menu. I don't know what that was about, but it happens throughout the game several times. The game will just freeze, and like the audio will just loop and loop and loop and loop while it's loading, and I mean, that doesn't sell you know, the feel of a polished, finished product very well. And I get it's a beta, but like that's something that's baked into the game. It's an issue, it's a glitch. You know, that's something that should be fixed. But those are just the little things that I sort of noticed as I was getting into the game. Let's talk about the content that we get to experience. A-Day is the first thing we see, and that's something we've seen 1,000,001 times on YouTube and all of that stuff. But we get to play it now, experience it for ourselves. It's the place where you get to play as all of the main 5 Avengers. That's Thor, Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, and Black Widow. Hawkeye is absent because he's a transphobe. This section is the best section of the whole beta, I would say. The thing that I enjoyed probably the most. However, that doesn't mean it's good. You control Thor first, and he feels very strange. Immediately from the offset, you notice major issues, and they appear for the entirety of what you're playing. And that's there's a lot of enemies, and you have to just smack them up, and that's the whole game. There doesn't appear to be a great deal of finesse to it. There doesn't appear to be a great deal of variety in exactly what you're doing. You tend to just smack square and triangle over and over and over again. Sometimes if someone has a shield, you hold triangle, and then you use your special abilities as they come in, which is relatively frequently. And that's it, and that's really all you do. And the gameplay loop in general is just, it's dull. I don't know how else to explain it other than it's an incredibly dull gameplay loop. Thor feels very slow, as does Hulk and as does Captain America. Honestly, the only characters that feel their right speed are Black Widow and Kamala as you play as them. It's really odd. I feel like they slowed down Thor, Hulk, Captain America, and probably Iron Man, but you do more flying, so that they feel more heavy, I guess, but they just feel really slow. I feel like a character like Hulk that has all this strength should be propelling himself across the ground when he runs, like we see in the Hulk films, where he's just like fucking sprinting because he's fucking so strong. Like he's just propelling himself with his fucking legs. But in this, he's just like really slow, and he feels like a fucking paperweight. It's not a nice feel, and all the characters just feel very odd to control. Like I said, the best ones that I played were probably Black Widow and Kamala Khan, because they feel the most fluid, I guess. But even that being said, there's a lot of issues with animation transitions and things like that for movement and climbing and things. Now, let's get back to A-Day though. You've got, obviously, the Hulk stuff. It's a fucking clusterfuck. There are explosions everywhere. The camera shakes like mad. The motion blur is real bad. The Iron Man shooting is like an arcade game. It's so odd. It feels like the game needed an extra year. This feels like pre-alpha footage. It doesn't feel like it's a multiplayer beta with a game coming out in a couple of weeks. Also, in terms of these characters as well, they look like MCU ripoffs. It's really odd. When you play Spider-Man or the Arkham games, it feels like they looked at all of the comics, all of the source material, and created their own interpretation of this pre-established character. With the Avengers game, it feels like they watched Avengers Infinity War and went, we can do that, but not too close because we don't want to get sued. But we can, you know, we could do that. Like this fucking discount Captain America bitch. Who the fuck are you?
Cap, what's going on over there?
Not sure, Nat. Seems like the reactor's malfunctioning.
Get the fuck out of here. And then, of course, Captain America dies, which is the weirdest fake out. I don't know why they've committed to this. I guess for story reasons, they've decided that they want everyone to believe Captain America's dead, which would be fine if they weren't promoting Captain America skins and gear and loot as if he doesn't come back. Like, if you weren't doing that, then sure, I guess I could buy them. Yeah, maybe Captain America's dead, or at least they're committing to it. But they can't even commit to it enough to not promote Captain America pre-order bonuses. Like, fucking, what are we doing? Jesus Christ. And that brings us on to the dialogue, which is fucking cringe. You've got Black Widow making epic one-liners all the time for some reason.
Tony, Thor, the cables! I'll handle the freaking jet battery. Oh yeah? Here's one. I'm kicking your ass! Next time, take better notes.
You've got Kamala Khan, who is the most annoying fucking character in this game. One of the most annoying characters. She...
Okay. I won't mention the guy with the glasses.
Hulk. I need you to destroy this lab. Smash!
I think that was meant to be a poignant moment. Fucking hell.
I know I shouldn't be freaking out right now, but I'm freaking out. Tony Stark's guitar! I figured if I could just win that fan fiction competition, you know, then everything would just...
Who fucking wrote this? Also, not to mention, they love to rub in our face that Bruce Banner is played by Troy Baker because they...
You're almost done, kiddo.
Whoa. Oh my god, fucking stop it. And once we're done with the opening, once we're done with A-Day and all that bullshit, once we're done with the mission where you play as Hulk and you hit robots 100,000 fucking times, we get on to our first proper mission. It's this big open space, right? This big tundra. And you go in, it's you and Hulk. This is where you start to notice some of those transition animation issues that I mentioned before. When you use Kamala's ability to zip to a location with her big stretchy arms, you'll notice the animation resets. So she is about to transition into sort of vaulting over the top of something, but for some reason it just glitches and she just doesn't finish that animation and just starts an entirely new one. And it looks awful every single time. And I mean, how is that not something you would have ironed out by now? I don't, it looks so bad. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but hey, I expect my animations to look finished. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Uh-oh, I see some baddies.
Oh, really? Because I don't see a fucking thing. Now, I want to talk about some of the stuff that's baked into literally the core foundations of what this game is all about, and one of those things is the gear system. The gear is in such high abundance, right? And I feel like when this game is fully out, it's going to work very much like Destiny, sort of in the sense where you're grinding public events for like 2 hours to get the next exotic, which is kind of part of the Destiny experience, even though it is a terrible gameplay loop. I have sugar all over my desk.
So I'm going to wipe it all off onto the ground, because that's much better than having it on my desk.
Oh, I thought you said you had work.
I was joking.
What do you mean? That's not a joke. How is that a joke?
Oh, I've got work.
That's just a lie. It's not a joke.
That's what my jokes are.
The thing with this is that you can't really get a good feel for the amount of variation and the amount of legendary or rare gear you're going to get from a beta, but what I can say is that there are only 4 types of gear that are, well, there's other types like special stuff, but the main 4 types of gear that upgrade you. In Destiny, for example, the reason the system works is because every time you get a new helmet or a new chest plate or any type of armor or any type of weapon, there are variations in what that thing is, the type of weapon or the type of armor, plus what it looks like and what it does, and its rarity. All of those things make up what the gear is for and why you enjoy collecting gear in Destiny, so you can show it off, so you can collect these special exotics, and I think that works really, really well, despite when the game first came out, you know, these public events, that was really fucking ludicrous. But the point being, the gear system works like that because of the variety, the rarity, and all of those components. Whereas in this game, the gear isn't cosmetic, it literally just changes your stats and you get shit all the time. And so far, I haven't really been able to understand how rarity works. It seems to have a power level, but beyond that, I'm not seeing anything that greatly makes it worth going out of your way to pick up new gear, especially when you're getting so much of it all of the fucking time. I got into the Avengers base, and I picked up a level 9 piece of gear. Within 30 seconds, I'd picked up a level 11 piece of the same gear, and it made that level 9 piece redundant. So what was the point in putting the level 9 piece in the same level 30 seconds before the level 11 piece? Why did you do that? What's that design? I don't get it. Also, for some reason, you can upgrade Hulk's spine. I don't really know how, but you can, and that increases his throw? I don't get it. Oh, God. Ah! What the fuck just happened? Now, the Battle Pass system, my god, this is not... I cannot stand these systems. It plagues the Master Chief Collection in terms of progression, instead of just going for the classic Halo reach. It's not fun. Battle Passes are not fun. I don't understand why they keep putting them in, especially in a game where they've said there are no microtransactions. That was the... Does anyone remember that? The very first announcement, there's no microtransactions.
So our promise to the community is that we won't have random loot boxes or pay-to-win scenarios.
No, I guess technically they never said that. Clever. Clever, fuck you. Why have you made this system? Why can't you have a normal unlock tree, or you unlock by leveling up, or why are we doing this bullshit battle pass system? It only works to push microtransactions. That's the point of a battle pass. I don't get it. I do not get it, and I also hate it. It's a really odd way of doing things, and that brings us on to like cosmetics, because cosmetics have no effect on you as the player. They're literally just cosmetic items, which makes sense as to why they would be monetizable, because it means that it doesn't actually affect your overall player experience. But what it does is it breaks the experience. So it means they can monetize cosmetics, because you can't complain about monetizable cosmetics, because they don't actually affect the overall gameplay experience. So they can monetize that to fuck. They can monetize the calling cards, they can monetize the outfits, they can monetize the emotes, because they don't affect the core experience of the game. Then what they do is they make all of the gear this one particular thing, because they're not cosmetics. So all you have to do is go, this one's level 9, this one's level 10, this one's level 25, and that's fucking it. Because they don't have to bother with what they look like, they don't have to bother with differentiating them, because they've put all that in the cosmetic part of the game, which is entirely monetized. And it's disgusting as a practice. It breaks the experience, it makes it incredibly dull, mundane, and boring, and also, it's just fucking scummy. Overall, I believe the Avengers game is nothing more than a cash grab in order to make money off of the back of the success of the movies. I don't think that the people making this game really wanted to make this game. I think Square Enix forced them to make this game. No developer wants to make a game with this amount of uninspired content. No developer wants this. They want to make an inspired story. They want to make a game that feels balanced and is fun to play. This game is none of those things, and it's a real shame. It's a story that hasn't really managed to captivate me, with dialogue that makes me cringe. It's got characters that feel like their MCU counterparts just enough so that they don't quite get sued. The gameplay itself is button mashy, and it's incredibly dull and repetitive. The enemies are damage sponges, there isn't a great deal of finesse and skill. The progression system is uninspired, boring, and doesn't really encourage players to engage with any of the content, because you can buy all of it with special points and real life money. The gear system is boring as well. Why would I want to collect a new spine if nobody can even see my cool ass new spine? I don't know. It's fucking boring. The open world environments don't have much to offer except for going into a fucking garage to smash boxes like we're playing Crash fucking Bandicoot, which, by the way, is a million times more fun. This game feels like a 2005 movie tie-in cash grab game, from the boring gameplay, the uninspired story, and the low fucking effort systems that underlie everything in this game. If this came out in 2005 on the PS2 and I played it as a kid, I reckon I'd fucking love it. But as someone who values their time when playing these experiences, and in an age where there are so many better superhero experiences, I'm gonna have to give this one a fucking miss. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this one wasn't too long, and I hope people don't get too annoyed in the comments, but I'm sure they will, because people love to defend garbage. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to check out my channel Lasers Live, where me and my girlfriend played the opening of Avengers recently, the beta, so you can go check that out if you're interested, as well as I'm currently playing through the Kingdom Hearts games and all of the Halo games in preparation for Halo Infinite, so that's been a ton of fun, so go check out that channel if you haven't already. Go check out my other stuff. I put out a video on Tsushima recently, which I'm pretty happy happy with. I think that was good. And also a video on Halo Infinite just before that, which was very similar to this one. So go and give those a watch if you want to. I've got plenty of content. Love you all very, very much. Big thank you to everyone on Patreon. I appreciate the fuck out of you. And I couldn't do this without you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And I'll be seeing you very, very soon. I am working on my big Ghost of Tsushima video. Don't worry, I won't forget about it. I will work on it, I promise. Alright, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you later, gamers. Bye-bye.